How's it going, Libra community? Soul Tigress here with a special story for this wonderful frequency. First off, let me start everything by saying thank you so much for your time, your energy, and your patience as I navigate this story between the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, and everything in between. Now, with that being said, keep in mind that this is a space where we call in the angels, ancestors, spirit guides, as well as divine and universal energy to come on in and be the guides and protectors of all the positive messages that are going to come out. Now, let me be upfront and forward and let whoever knows new to this place that this is not Love Tarot. This channel is geared around self-empowerment, and what that means to me is us building our stepping stones to get closer to our soul being, which helps align us with a higher power. So, the vibe. I've had so much. Even myself is being tested today. It's definitely, there's something in the air this week. I'm starting to pick up on, even from people sharing stories or me even observing certain behaviors that people are doing this week as well. So in the Libra's vibe, there's retaliation. Someone wants to test your gangster. Just know this person may get off watching others become ungrounded and head towards a self-sabotage direction. They want to see you emotionally unstable. You are being tested right now, and you have dark energies that are like henchmen, so to say, targeting you, Libra. What is it that you are doing or believing that has this enemy energy shaking in their boots? And the only reason why I say that is I've came across different information and stuff like that is if you are somebody who's going to create a lot of change, especially with examples that you set on the things that you are going to do, then you basically have other counter energies who are going to want to stop you. Remember, life is like a game where you're going to make a move, then you have other energies who are going to try and make a move against you. Now, this is all divinely coordinated, not to self-sabotage you, but to get you over those hurdles slash fears, confronting fears that have always held you back. And to make sure that you're getting past these fears, you're overcoming these fears, you're overcoming these hurdles, the divine will let tests happen from these enemy type of energies. Whenever we head out to our purpose, especially a healing type of purpose, whether with ourselves or others, you will have darker energies working through others to throw you off course. I say working through these others because some people are really not present in themselves with their soul being. Instead, the earthly vessel is left to run their lives through bodily pleasures. If you try to plead, reason, and or communicate higher thinking to them, they cannot comprehend it, nor do they want to. You have to understand, I've talked about these kind of beings before where they have like the really big mouth and they have the bottomless stomach, and all they want to do is just consume. And no matter what they consume, they are never, ever happy. And I was reading in a Taoist book once upon a time ago that you can lead yourself in 3 different directions. You can lead it with your mind self, you can lead it with your body self, or you can lead it with your soul self. With the mind, you're able to overcome a lot of stuff. You can head in a right moral direction. Now with the soul self guiding you, that's that higher up ascension kind of energy where you're going to start to tap into the very codes that life gives us here, the codes that we've forgotten about. And that is the straight connectedness that we have with our environment, with this realm, with this dimension, with the divine, with ourselves. Then there's that third being that I was talking about, the body self that leads. Now in this book, it spoke about the body can lead, but it can only lead you to pleasures of the flesh. So again, kind of like that one thing that's over consuming, that's this body. But again, it's never ever quite satisfied, because it's just like on autopilot, going from one thing to the other, to the other, to the other, staying in a very mundane kind of state, just operating in a like primal kind of instinct way. Again, never going into ascensions, never elevating, never being able to see things from a higher thinking kind of thing, a divine kind of concept way of looking at things. Now just hold caution, because you might be surrounded by real life zombies, soulless beings who want to consume you and any other being who is awake. That's the truth right there. People who cannot rise up are in secret competition, because they are really, really insecure a lot of times. These people, they look at you as with the concept of why are you trying to be too good for this kind of thing. They want to keep you stuck where they're at, because if they weren't able to reach their goals, their dreams, then guess what? They think that you shouldn't either. Man, excuse me, I was gonna say a bad word. Forget them. It's too early in the story to start with the words. But just forget about them. Forget them. They're not there for you. They're not there to help you. So let's go ahead and dive into the introduction. For the introduction, I have What's the Tea Oracle. Because you are probably having either a lot of drama around, or you're trying to speak to others. You're trying to implement something. You're trying to do something, and these others want to keep you back where you were, where you have been. They don't want you to let go. They don't want you to move forward. So let's go ahead and remember, it doesn't specifically have to be that individual. It could be energy that's working through that individual. And if that individual's not living their life right, then they are leaving themselves open and inviting darker energy to come keep them company. Why do you think they're getting the ideas that they're getting? Why do you think that they say the certain things that they say? Why do you think they look at you when they're saying it? And when you become some kind of, even if it's a teensy bit emotionally unstable, they relax, they back off, because they manipulated you into a space within yourself that they wanted to put you in. Be careful. Be careful. The medicine right now is don't feed into it. You can hear them knocking just by their actions. Don't open that door to them. Do not let them into your internal home. All right, so divine, universe, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, what needs to come out for the introduction? They might be knocking with a little something, something. They may be trying to get you to give into something, and they may be using something. Oh, it's hard to say no to temptation, especially after we've had a few. It's hard to disagree with others, especially when we had a few. It's hard to believe in ourselves when others are feeding us this stuff that intoxicates us. It could be intoxicating our mind. And right now, it could be ignoring, could be helping. Could be helping, or this could actually be the thing that's setting you up. Now, you're ignoring the signs. You could be trying to sleep on their actions so that you don't have to call them out. Because if you ignore everything, then there's no chaos. Nobody's knocking anything down. Nobody's starting anything. It's just easier not to say anything. Oh. What's this got to do with? They got some dirty things that they want to talk about. Dirty things that they could want to pin on you. They could be making outlandish accusations. They could know about something beforehand, but they're not going to say something to you. They are going to get you in a mindset to where you don't notice. You can't smell what they've been cooking. Or what's been cooking inside that whatever's. Or on whatever. Ooh. I don't like this. They're sketchy. I already told you they're sketchy. They're sketchy. They're sketchy. They're sketchy. They're sketchy. And there's some here that you got to be careful when it comes to ignoring. Could be ignoring the signs. They could be fussing a little bit more. You know what? This reminds me of something. I'll take a detour right here and I'll let you know. I knew of this person who was cheating on their wife. Cheating on their wife. And they showed signs of it. You ever notice somebody, after they've been, I'll call it dormant for so long, after they haven't really been intimate with people for a while, and then they go clean themselves up and start being intimate. I don't know about y'all, but when that bikini line area for me and for others, you know, when it starts to grow in, depending on how you got rid of it, could depend on how itchy it gets, you know. Also, there are other thingies that can invade the system that could cause somebody to have to move a little bit, be uncomfortable, stuff like that. Don't ignore the signs. I'm not going to call anything out specifically, or anyone, but I will mention this. When it came to that person that was cheating on their wife, they at one time when they started, they were like fussing so much and always like grabbing at their shit, and just like, I think they probably caught something, they didn't know it, but I think it was more than just pubic hair growing back, excuse me. But yeah, I really think that you got somebody who's gonna try and get you drunk, excuse me, or they're gonna try and get you in a position, and they're gonna hope that you ignore the signs so that they could basically throw it out there, hoping that you want to catch it without realizing what you're catching. You have to be careful. You have to be careful, because these people are not out for you. They're out for themselves. This could be, again, what I keep hearing is that retaliation package. This is a retaliation package kind of deal here. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe this person, whoever these people knows something that you're doing, knows, and they want to keep you there. Whoever it is, and what they think that they can do is, maybe if they put you in a position where you feel like you can't go with anyone else but them because you've been put into this position. Maybe they feel like they kind of sealed that deal and they got you. This can happen. Let me just throw this out there, because I can't ignore that this does have to do with intimacy, because when I was cleansing the conclusion deck, this is something that was on the bottom. So if you had put somebody down, I'm hearing within the past 3 months, 3 years, 3 weeks, something with these threes, maybe in March, whatever happened is they're coming back around, and they're coming back around with not the best intentions for you. Again, this is that retaliation, but you have to open your eyes and you have to observe what's going on. I'm sorry, somebody who out itchy crotch trying to do stuff and want to go and party and share drinks and whatever, I'm not going to want to share drinks with you, let alone share a toilet with you. No offense, no offense, no offense, no offense. This is just my personal opinion. Another thing that I've noticed is I've had somebody I've known in the past who ended up getting herpes, the gift that you can't get back. And I didn't know that that kind of thing can be very, 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 very painful. Not just emotionally, but mentally, spiritually, and physically. And when they shared that with me, I would notice how at certain times they would have to call off of work, and they would call off of work for 2 to 3 days to almost a week because of the pain that they were having with this case that they had caught, the STD. So if somebody has something very serious, you're gonna see signs of it. If it's something that's even worse than that, you can see weight loss. There could be some kind of sickness that's going on. Definitely them needing to go fill scripts all of a sudden. Do not ignore the signs right now. Do not ignore the signs, because say this is not somebody who wants to be intimate with you. Say this is somebody who's in your friend circle, and this is a far-fetched, a co-worker circle, something. Even could be a family circle, because you have cousins who want to get to round. But say this is somebody that you know mutually and that you wouldn't sleep with. All right? This person being in that same circle of friends, whatever, and going out and hanging out with all those people, and then starting to sleep with all the other ones, and then the other friends start to sleep with the other chicks or the same chicks, and all this stuff out. That's how this stuff gets passed around. So if you got one person bringing it into the group and they're very careless about their sexual hygiene, this is how it's going to spread around too. So be very careful. Just be careful at this moment with your hygiene. Be careful with who you're sharing yourself with, and look for the signs. Don't ignore signs. They got a itchy crotch. Do not ignore that they can't stop fussing with their crotch. I don't know, but this is somebody who has an eye on you. This is somebody that has to do with the case and the dirty offer. This is somebody who does a lot of stuff behind closed doors. A lot of stuff that if you knew, Libra, you probably wouldn't associate with them. If you knew, again, the things that they have done, the things that they're still doing, I don't think you would know how to look at them. Especially because I feel like whoever this person stalking you, I think it's the one that you least expect, in a sense. Or there's some kind of part of you that would deny it. that say, oh, I've known them for so long and stuff. And the reason why I say that is because in the cleanse, I believe the Six of Cups kept coming up. So this is somebody that you've known. This is people that you've known for a while. Holy moly. What else needs to come out? You're confused on the things that they tell you. You are confused. Maybe it's your way of ignoring some of the signs. Maybe you're just trying to say, oh, they had a bad day. This is why this person is acting like an idiot today. Maybe this is why they want to go party again to blow some steam off. There's something here that you're ignoring that they're really putting out. They have very, very venomous words, whatever they've been talking about that you've been trying to ignore. That's what I feel. But for some reason, whatever they've talked about has poked at an insecurity and a fear of yours. I don't know. This is going to be the last card. So we're going to end this with sevens here. So 777, spiritual awakening. You have listened and it's time to reap the reward. So something about maybe this is going to help you awaken to things. And maybe something here in this story will reconfirm what's going on for you so that you're able to, what I'm hearing is save yourself. Save yourself from being stuck on their sinking ship. Well, that's interesting. I don't know who likes boats here, but neat. This is a horrible person. You probably really care about them a lot. You probably sit here and you just chopped it up to, like, maybe they had a bad day, or maybe they had a bad year. You know, maybe they just had a bad upbringing. They choose it. They choose it. They choose to be a spiritual hater. Just like they're gonna try and not try, but they are going to choose things that are not good for them and that are not good for you. This one talks a lot of shit behind your back. This one hates the fact that you are succeeding in something that they feel like they can't have. This person does not wish well upon you. This person secretly wishes for your downfall with things, for things to corrupt, for things to fall apart for you. This person hides in the plain day. This person could be by your side at times, I'm hearing. This person wears a mask. This person could be hiding behind another, because I feel like it's two energies here with this person, with the whatever over her eyes, the ashes, whatever this dibby doo-dah dumbass is. That was your ancestors coming in and speaking really soft there, if you couldn't tell. This person wants to keep you confused from something. Notice how these two colors, these colors of red, these colors right here of pink, this reminds me of like loving type of soft, gentle energy. Whatever it is, they're trying to use a gentle, passionate side of you against you. Maybe something that you're really passionate about, but also at the same time really shy about, really insecure about too. But whoever it is, they can't get enough of you. Holy moly. You know, I watch a lot of different other channels, and definitely obsession, obsessed. What we have coming out this time around in the energies for this month is people are really wearing, what I'm hearing to say is, their demons on their shoulders. If you look close enough, you could see them listening to them. You could see them getting their ideas from them. And again, this could be a person who's unknowingly letting this happen because they're leading their life through their bodily pleasures. This person likes to drink a lot. This person, what I'm hearing, could be a under the table type of drinker. I've never said that before. If y'all go way back, or if y'all have been one of those type of people who've been paid under the table, you know what I mean. What it means to be paid under the table is to go and find work where basically they pay you with cash outright, not having to file a tax forms and stuff like that, give your social security and such and such and such, and becoming an employee that they pay taxes on, or an employment kind of shit, whatever. No, under the table is you just get paid in cash. There's no kind of agreements or like real contracts and stuff like that. You show up to do the job and you get it done. Whoever this is who hides behind a mask, whether man or woman, I can't say that. They want me to call them something. You want to hear what they said? Your ancestors said, it doesn't matter what you call a man or woman, they're still a little bitch anyways. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. You got some spunk in your ancestors there. They are laughing because I sat there and shared that. They didn't think I would. This person drinks under the table. So this person could claim sobriety. Maybe this is why this is flipped this way. This person could claim some kind of sobriety, but under the table, behind closed doors. Like I'm saying, whatever they're doing behind closed doors, if you actually knew, you would be like totally like, what the hell? And you would walk away from them. You would see the demons around them. You would see how they're just encased in this energy of corruption and sabotage for themselves and anyone else they get close with. But this person, they are an under the table addict. They're addicted to something. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with alcohol. That's what I'm getting. So let's go ahead and take a dive into the present. Wow, that was a lot just to come out for the introduction there. Holy crud. Angels and ancestors, angels and ancestors, angels and ancestors. Whatever this person is, they're really jealous of you, Libra. They're jealous with something that you're getting ready to do. I just feel like whoever these are, they're looking straight at me. So wherever you're going, whatever direction, whoever you're heading towards, person, place, and or thing, they don't want you to have success there. Honestly, they could be targeting it as well. Remember, they like to talk shit. So whether they're talking shit to whatever it is, trying to talk shit about it, be careful. Be careful. Look at how they're trying to trigger your emotions with the things that they're talking about. So let's go ahead and see what the first card comes out for the present. It's at a distance. You're not sure. You're not sure how to handle this. Maybe how to handle this fairly for you, for them, for whatever you're going towards. This is something that's at a distance. I have a feeling you have a sneaky idea what's going on. There's something that you've awoken to. And when it comes down to the spiritual hater, what'd you awaken to? You awoken to their motivations, what their intentions are, what it's geared towards. And it's geared towards not letting a certain partnership happen. Not letting two people, a person in their ideal place to match up, to be able to come face to face with whatever this goal, this destiny, this dream, this purpose. This person wants to be right there on each side of you when it comes to that. They could be the thing that wants to be in between this. I don't know, but whatever this Kata case is, it has to do with that. This Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. Not wanting you to invest, not wanting you to move, not wanting you to go towards or go with a Queen of Wands energy. Queen of Wands energy. Teacher. I'm feeling a heavy Jupiter energy here. Optimism. Manifestations. You got also Aries, Mars, conflict, where we find conflict. You also have Leo, Sun, where we can best put our energy towards type of energy. Charisma here. Passions. There's something here. Someone. It could be somebody. It really could be that this is about somebody here. Something that you've painted in your imagination. You see that person there? I don't know what it is. What I heard, whatever this energy is, they're the tamer of the fire for you. Or that's what you look at them as. It's very interesting. I've never heard that. The tamer of the fires. I don't know if you've noticed whatever this is, that it can go through hell and come out. And it's not even burnt. It's not even phased, whatever this is. Whatever it is that you've seen in your imagination. Now, don't forget that imagination goes along with that third eye, with your intuition, with your clarity, and with your insight. This chakra over here is stuck. This person, this spiritual hater, this stalker, this chakra who is not very clean when it comes to their hygiene, is a brat. Could be very, very emotionally immature. This could be a person that throws fits. It doesn't matter if it's a man, doesn't matter if it's a woman. If this person doesn't get their way, they throw a fit. That's what that's saying. And there's something here that they want their way with something. Is it something that you want that I'm supposed to ask? What is this? They don't want you to move. They don't want you to move. Whatever it is, they don't want you to go in whatever passionate direction drives you. And then we have this. They don't want you to see. They don't want you to see how you can. There's something here that they're playing on that you are very insecure about. It comes to your passions, it comes to your boundaries, it comes to your charisma. But just as much as they're playing at that, whatever it is that's in your imagination, that's in your insight, it's like it's fueling it even more. It's crazy. Oh, this is cool. It's like that one Nike commercial. I'm hearing that anything you can do, I can do better. But they don't understand is that you're moving in some kind of truth. I feel like you are moving with pure intentions. You are moving with a pure heart. You are dialing into the higher up energies, into your soul being that's connected with these higher energies. This is how you're getting the insights here. And if I remember right, I think it was the Libra story the last time around that we talked about you having these visions coming in of these hallmark moments. These moments that seem like they're straight out of a Hallmark movie. Like, you couldn't even dream up this kind of stuff. Like, it's so beautiful that Hollywood couldn't even depict the pureness of this passionate energy that's all around those visions. But you have somebody here who's crossing boundaries, who doesn't want you to feel like you have it. Maybe they don't want you to feel like you're good enough. Maybe there's something here. Maybe there's something medically here. Maybe it doesn't have to do specifically with an STD. Maybe there's something medically going on that we have to take medication for just to keep some kind of balance going. I'm not sure. Or again, it could be the fact that they want to send somebody in towards you. Maybe if they can't stop you, they can hire somebody who can. A temptation. A temptation that they know will have an outcome, that will have something attached to you. And if this thing is attached to you, then you won't be able to go. I'm not sure. What else needs to come out? 5 of Swords here. You don't know how to let people go. You don't know how to let this person be in the cold with themselves. What I hear is they need a hero. And this is why you've put up with them for so long. You feel like they've always needed a hero. So this is you going back and forth in your mind in the present. You feel whatever it is that you're picking up intuitively, but also at the same time a part of ignoring whatever these actions are. You feel like this person needs you in a sense, or they have needed you, and it's because of this past. Maybe you understand why they're emotionally stuck, why they haven't been able to move forward from wherever they're at when it comes to their internal stuff. But that's the thing. That is the thing, is you're basically trying to save, and excuse this metaphor here, but basically you're trying to save somebody who's acting like they're drowning, or who keeps jumping in on the deep end and they can't swim. But in reality, every time you go out to go save them, they're trying to pull you down. That's what's happening here metaphorically. And this is emotional stuff. This person, because they dwell in toxins, they can't heal their emotions. Instead, they're trying to get other people to keep their misery company. Now I see why they don't want you to go. That's one less person to keep their misery company. Maybe I hit right on the nose with that. I'm not sure. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I don't care for this individual. You gotta let this person do their own thing. They want to keep jumping out into this deep end. You gotta let them. You have to let them. I don't know. Maybe I'll bring my daughter up because she's bothering me today. Maybe that's why I'm gonna bring her up, because even like for me, being a single parent, raising 2 kids on my own this whole time, it's been a test and a trial when it comes to figuring out when to make moves and when not to make moves. And the reason why I bring this up with her is because she's having a little bit of a harder day. And I don't know what's going on with her emotionally, but I keep wanting to try and uplift her. And she's just not in the realm. She's not in the spirit. She's not in the availability to want to be in a higher frequency. And I've actually, all my parents will know this. Your kids hit this teenage age, and there's a certain time in that age around, for the girls, it almost feels like it's 12 years old. For the boys, they kind of wait till 13, 14, even 15 when they really want to start pushing the boundaries. And what ends up happening, and I notice with a lot of times, and a lot of other parents of daughters told me this as well, is they'll have their moments of freakouts. And they think you're wrong. They think everything you say is to hold them back. And they basically want to make their own choices. They're testing everything out in a sense. And they do it so much that you kind of have to let them do it. You have to let them feel the repercussions of their actions. And with my daughter, she pushed it really, really far not too long ago. This is still a little bit in the distant past. And I had to go save her again in a sense. And she's getting ready to be 18. Now, this last time when she went through her things, she really kind of opened her eyes that I'm not against her. I'm trying to help her. And she kind of opened her eyes to see how her decisions were leading her in certain directions. But the whole thing is, I couldn't force that upon her. I couldn't, every time of saving her or trying to help her, it wasn't working in a sense. I had to basically let her push herself in a spot to where she didn't have many choices. And she honestly thought that I wasn't gonna help her. She honestly thought that I had washed my hands of her, unknowingly that I've never done that. I was sending her emails because I love her and I didn't give up on her. But you have to know when it's time to back off when it comes to trying to save people. Some people are not spiritually attuned or want to be attuned to saving themselves. Some people want to push the envelope so far. And sometimes those people, if they keep getting saved, if you keep going in and trying to correct what they're doing, they never get to feel the fullness of the choices, the repercussions of the choices that they're making. You have this attachment to this person because you care and you've been guiding them. But this person's reached a point in their life where they are stuck. And now they are sitting here and they're feeling like you're the enemy in a sense. They feel like you're their op because there's something here. I don't know what it is about you going on this adventure, you going to whatever this energy is. But it's something that they really, really have their eye out on. And the thing is, with this new moon, full moon interpretation, especially with the Cancerian coming in as the full moon, is we have to learn how to let certain things go. especially when they're way past their expiration date. Maybe you've guided this person for so long that you think your job is always to save them. Maybe it's letting them go is the very thing that can save them. It's the very thing that could learn from them. It also can go in the other direction, but they have their free will. Also, when it comes to Cancerian energy, is we don't really tell people how we feel. Not many people know how Cancerians feel at the core. There's something here that you've been holding on to, trying to keep them safe, keep their head above water, but at the same time, you could be not being very true to them about how you're feeling about all of this. And this is why they keep pushing you and pushing it and pushing your boundaries. Now, with the full moon talks about how we hide from what we feel or how we feel. What is it that you're hiding from when it comes to this person's actions, when it comes to you ignoring what's going on here? Because there's something here as well that you need to confront. If you want a little bit more information when it comes to the new moon in Cancerian and full moon in Capricorn interpretation, go ahead and check out my new moon, full moon interpretation when it comes to confronting these certain kind of fears, especially when it comes to our emotional being. All right, so let's ask our angels of protection. Angels of protection to come in and help protect us from any dark negative energy as we navigate the block here for Libra. All right, let's see. What needs to come out for the block for Libra? Yeah. So we have, maybe it's 3 kind of reasons that we're chained to when it comes to not putting this person down. Maybe there's 3 things. 3 reasons why we keep them around. Now there's a bunch of reasons why I keep my daughter around at times, especially when she's acting like a brat, or my son. Main one being that they're my offspring. The second one is that I love them. The third one is I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. They're not going to take me out. I'll take them out normally, but I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it to that age of when they turn 18. I'm not going to give up. But there's something here. You have 3 particular reasons on why you've attached yourself to this person, or why you keep letting this person stay attached to you. Something else we're not seeing. 2 of Wands. There's a big fear of trying to do something different, looking at something different, maybe embarking towards something different. It could be embarking on a higher up energy, a higher up belief, maybe a higher up kind of community that's aligned in higher beliefs, that's aligned with being okay to have boundaries. Maybe it's aligned with being able to be fulfilled in the moment, to be fulfilled with themselves, to be fulfilled with meditating with themselves. For some reason, even as I was dialing in meditation, I feel like meditating is going to be a really big thing for you right now. Going within and searching for your answers. We have the Strength card here. Somebody, something has been pulling at you. This has to do with the Knight of Swords energy. Again, this person is keeping you confused with mind games. They want to keep you confused with not putting them down. So 1 minute they could be acting like a complete pill, but the next minute they're coming in and they're acting like that younger version that's stuck, the version that you're trying to save. I'm hearing that that is the version that's playing off of you. Maybe that's the version that they've really been working on you with so that you don't leave them out in the cold, because here comes that Five of Pentacles. It's also something that has to do with an investment. Maybe that's how they've invested in your energy. It has to do a lot with your sympathy, I'm hearing. Yeah, not empathy, but sympathy. Here comes that Knight of Pentacles. The sympathy that you have that always seems to save them. The fairness that you show them. Are you a parental figure for this person in a sense? Oh, look at that, right on that money right there. Maybe you're not their parent. Maybe you're just somebody who's been around for a while. Maybe you're a cool uncle. Maybe you're an older cousin. Maybe, and I was going to say this, that sounded all weird. Maybe you're an older coworker, a manager, something. Somehow you've known this person for a while, but I'm thinking that you're a little bit older than them. And your type of stability, your type of knowing, the type of you being so grounded in yourself has been the very thing that's been, what I could say is fair to them. But that's the very thing that keeps you confused and stuck. What does that mean? Well, you're not letting them go. Look at that. See how she holds on to that big old headed? It's not a baby there. That looks like a grown person's head right there. Whatever it is. She got Voldemort there. That's what it is. She got Voldemort. If you remember Voldemort, if you ever watched Harry Potter series, I was a Harry Potter fan, not gonna lie. I'm a 90s kid. No. Well, I am. Anyways, if you think about Voldemort in the first two Harry Potters, he was just a lifeless being, and on the very first one he had attached himself like a parasite to Professor Quill, and that's how he was able to still survive. So right here, you know it, but you don't fully see the extreme of it. This person has attached themselves to you, attached their energy to your energy, and that can happen. You get family members, you get friends that will do that to you. But whatever it is this person doesn't want you to let go. They don't want you to stop investing in them again, because they have this tether to your energy. That's the thing that's feeding them. That's the thing that's keeping them going. And see, that's the thing that's messing you up here. That's the thing that's actually not the right investment for you. Let this grown adult live their life. Let them make their own choices. When they're coming up to you, trying to speak to you about their problems, you don't need to mentor them. Because somehow all that mentoring is unbalancing you. All that mentoring is keeping you distracted from where you want to go. And that's this person's objective. Maybe every time you think about going or getting ready to go, this person pops up with some kind of freaking drama. Maybe if you're trying to make headway to doing something else, this person's trying to come in and attach themselves to it. Attach themselves to your ideas, to your dreams, to whatever goals that you're working on. I'm feeling like an entrepreneur kind of thing. So whatever embarkings that you're doing, they're trying to butt in on. Then we have this king. Oh my gosh, the king to the queen. Wow. I've never seen them both come out like that. Now, as we talk about this person attaching themselves to you so that you won't go off and embark, or if they could try and get in between of what you're embarking, this is what they're trying to get in between. Let me see. They're trying to get in between an alignment. Now, I don't do love tarot, but this is an alignment between two energies here. This is a really good match. You have the King of Wands to the Queen of Wands. This is a very passionate match. This is a, I don't want to say well-educated match, but this is a match of intellects. This is a match of high spiritual vibration. This is a high match of harmony type of thing here. And this is the exact thing that they want to keep you confused on. This is the exact thing that they want to get into the middle of. This is the exact thing that they're watching you about. Oh. Wow, I don't even know how I feel about this. As I have said before in other stories when cleansing the cards, one of my intentions I put out there is not to have any kind of attachments to certain outcomes, and I did not see that coming. But remember, at the bottom of the conclusion deck is intimacy. I can't tell you why that ends up happening. Why you have somebody here who you've been helping is so bound and determined to see you not go somewhere that is of a good match. Whether it's with a person, place, and or thing. I do have my dry rose here. For some reason it wanted to be put out. So whatever this is a very passionate connection here. This is a very well aligned connection. This is a connection that you could have been overlooking, like not overlooking as you don't see it and you're looking past it. But it's something that you could have been looking at for a little bit, you know, really searching the heavens for the answers for this, whatever it is. I feel like a lot of soul searching has been done here. But on the other side of it, whatever this alignment is, whoever it's with, they don't know you're coming. They have no idea what's going on here, whether it's a person, place, or thing. They have no idea for some reason, because whatever this is, person, place, and or thing, is really, really focused on what they're doing. And I feel like on a subconscious level, I don't know if you've dreamt about it. There's something here that you've seen, and it's not of the 3D. There's something here. I'm hearing a nightmare, so it could have been a dream. There's something that you've seen with this person, whoever it is that you've been mentoring. There's something here that you've seen in a dream. Maybe it's that their mask fell away and you got to see what's really lurking under there. And it scared you. You didn't know how to interpret it because you've known this person for so long. Let me tell you about a dream that I've had. I'm always sharing my visions and dreams with Libras. I was in a home and it was dark. So this is the shadow side. And I could feel the paranormal activity that was happening. Not only could I feel it, I could visually see these energies around, moving stuff, opening stuff, closing, whatever. And instead of playing into it with my anxieties, I chose to do what's happening here. I chose to ignore. Because if you feed into it, then you're amping them, or so I've heard. So instead, I started to say my devotions. I started to align myself in the love, light, and compassion of the divine. And what ended up happening is that we had somebody, or there was somebody in my dream who was asleep on the couch. And this was a particular energy, a masculine energy. And every time I started saying a part or a different part of my devotions, and those darker energies, what would happen is at first they would try to put their hands over my mouth. And all I could see were these black hands coming up, trying to shut me up. But I persisted with my heart, with my mind, to say my devotions. So the person, the masculine energy on the couch, every time I finished a sentence with my devotion, they would start to, like the darker energies were working through them to get ready to get up and come attack me. So I seen this, and I went to a different part of the house to protect myself. And I started again to say my devotions. And this is something that I'm feeling like is kind of here. You have somebody who doesn't want you to speak upon a truth, or maybe go to a truth. And this truth has to do with this alignment. And this other person could have other darker energies that are working through them, again, to get at you. But this person is an empty vessel in a sense that they're letting this stuff in because of what they're doing, what they try and keep you in the loop of doing, what you have no idea, again, what they're doing behind closed doors. But I feel like this is what it is. You just have these menacing energies around you who are trying to stop this. Whatever it is, it's something that's going to be beautiful. And that's why they're all hating. Something that maybe they're upset that they never worked towards. Something that's going to be pure. Maybe it's something that's going to prove everyone wrong. Maybe it's something that's going to break the social standards of things. Maybe it's something that's going to create a new way of thinking, a new way of perceiving something for others. But just know, the more that you are being pushed back, the more that they're trying to stop you, it shows. It just shows how much they're intimidated by what is meant for you. It intimidates them. It makes them feel insecure. Watch out, keeping these people's misery company, whoever this is, person, place, and or thing. So let's go ahead and call in divine and universal energy, because we finally made it to the conclusion. So what is it that would like to come out for the conclusion? Oh my gosh. I like this. Is it beautiful? So we have to balance. We have to balance with give it time. Whatever this connection is, give it time. Everything in divine timing. Let things flow. Go with the flow. Don't let them stop you. Give it time. Give this room to grow. When you see that they're trying to stomp on where you're planting your seed, you go over there and you take that little mofo by their ear, you box their ears off, and you escort them outside of your garden. And you let them know that that's not acceptable. You're not going to put up with that. Let things flow. Give it time to flow, especially when it comes to this person. I'm hearing something's going to be exposed. We got to let them do something so that it gives you permission to open the door to moving on from them. Give yourself permission to say it's over. The time has came. I'm done. I'm not dealing with this. I've tried my best, but now you want to get in between something that's important to me. And I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to let you. I may have known you for so long, but that doesn't matter when it comes to me, my goals, and my dreams. I need to do what's best for me. I need to do what's being divinely guided to me. What I've worked hard for. Don't forget that, Libra. You see how they're landing all on this king and this queen? There's something that you're confused on when it comes to this alignment, because you already have an idea. I think it has to do with the hallmark moments you were seeing in the visions in the last story. But hey, that's just my little guess there. But you're confused. You're confused. You're at odds ends with it. You don't know how to see it. Commitment. You're not sure what you're going to find here. You're not sure if the commitment's going to happen, if something is going to reciprocate what you're wanting to do. And where I'm being led back is to the trail of this person. This is something that energy is playing on. This is a part of the fears that you must confront. When you want to be committed to aligning with new things, you can't give yourself a choice. With myself, I want to commit to being in a higher frequency. So when I found myself in a low frequency place recently, like, I sat there and I put up with it because I was loyal. And I put up with it because of the convenience of, how close it was. But I had to check in with myself and see what I'm committed to. Am I committed to the convenience of whatever this is? Or am I committed to those higher up alignments that I've been working really hard for? Finally, I got pushed enough to where I said, you know what? I can't be here. I need my higher up alignments. And I recommitted to it. And I went and I found me a gem. And I'm not going to give up this gem because I worked hard for it. Maybe there's something there for you in that. Alright. Ooh, I like this. You're confused. You are their guardian. I've been telling you, you've been like a guiding energy for them. And I want you to know that if you decide to let this person go their way, they have already guardians. They have their own spiritual team. But just like you've worked on tapping into the frequencies of being able to hear your spiritual team through your intuition, through your insight, and through your imagination, they have to go on that journey too. And sometimes it takes a person walking away from them for them to figure it out. This might be that thing that gives them their rude awakening. It may not wake them up. Honestly, they could still end up being the same person doing the same thing 5-10 years from now. That's on them. That is on them, but at least you didn't let that hold you back. Keep that in mind. Don't let your good heart be the excuse that they use you as a doormat for. A lot of people love it when people got big hearts and they can put them in that doormat position. Something you're not seeing you're at odds ends with is patience. Patience. Don't rush this. This is definitely going with the flow. This is feeling, I feel like they want you to give this time and not just jump up and rush anything, because they want you to feel the fullness of what you're committing to when it comes to you finding this gem, whatever this gem is, whatever this alignment, that's really, really a good match. Just take your time with it. Take your time with how you move towards it. Now, I'm seeing you don't need to move as slow as molasses in wintertime. That's not what they're asking you. But they're not asking you to go in as like a bat out of hell. They don't want you to do that either. They want you to let things unfold, I should say. Let things unfold naturally. Let this person stick their foot in their mouth and let them feel the fullness of when you choose to get up and do you, boo-boo. And, you know, being confident when you do this. And a lot of times when we work through our anxieties, we want to race through things. But when we race through things, we're not fully able to convey the fullness of why we're doing what we're doing or how we're feeling at that time, again, because we're too busy rushing from here to there and we're ungrounded. They want you to be grounded when you fly off towards this or when you go off on your journey towards this. They want you to have the patience and to have the confidence of why you want to get into this kind of commitment with the person, place, and or thing. They don't want you to rush in with anxieties. Because sometimes if you rush in with anxieties, it could be the thing that is misunderstood. So being grounded, being secure in where you want to go, how you want to go, and which way it gets done, which way it unfolds. So this last card we have, I'm not gonna lie, these guys are being put through the ringer right now. This could have to do with the earth sign. Maybe this person has a lot of earth in their chart. I don't like to say that. If you watch my videos, I only call out the signs when it comes to the certain houses and what those houses of those signs are representing. I just know that we have a card here that lands on that Voldemort card. And it says earth signs. You don't know how to see it. And even when you do think about them, you're really confused. You're not grounded in the truth when it comes to whoever this is. And this is something that you need to open up. You need to reveal. It's like what I see is you looking out onto the land, but you're doing it from like a window that has a lot of stuff that's skunked up on it. It's dirty. It hasn't been cleaned. There's all kinds of cobwebs around it. So it kind of makes it uncomfortable to kind of fully like try and look at what's going on. So what they want you to do with your vision here that I'm seeing is to slowly start to clean this window, clean the cobwebs away, open up those curtains fully, and really look at what this person's doing in your external environment. This one's a hard one. This one is a very hard one, Libra. It's hard to walk away from certain individuals But it's not that you have to look at it as if you're walking away. The message that I'm hearing is that you're just going to let them do them. That's it. You're going to let them do them, and you're going to do you. You don't have to say goodbye, but you don't have to make yourself available to them every time that they're having an issue. They need to learn how to self-soothe. They need to learn their own problem-solving skills, because I am talking to an adult here who's probably dealing with an adult here, or maybe a soon-to-be an adult. But I feel like it's an adult child. It's somebody who is emotionally immature, who copes by doing things behind closed doors that you wouldn't look at them the same if you knew. All right, Libra, this one was one for the books. Didn't think anything like this was gonna come out, but I believe in you. I believe in you. Where you may be leaving a certain frequency, because this time around it's all about extensions, and it talks about that in my new moon in Cancerian and my full moon in Capricorn interpretation. It talks about extensions. Go check that out. And when we have an extension, we have to leave a certain frequency behind. Certain people, certain places. But when you leave that behind, you go up, and it opens the doors to others who are of that level of where you're embarking on. And whatever this is at that level, but this person, place, and or thing has no idea that you're on your way, because you, if you choose to make it, have to face your fears. You have to do the work to get there. This is why this one has no idea of whatever's going on with this person, place, or thing when it comes to maybe even this alignment. All right, Libra, this is gonna conclude it. Oh, okay, so also look at this. This is pretty awesome. Just want to let you know, when you're facing your fears, Bruce Lee that shit, and just know fear is for others. All right, so this is gonna conclude it. Thank you so much for your time, your energy, and your patience. And don't forget to thank your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, as well as divine and universal energy for coming on in and helping out. And I hope that you have a most wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.